let's get to cooking. This is what we're doing today at Memaw's house. Hey y'all, welcome back to Memaw's house. I'm in the kitchen and today I'm cooking the savory meal for my family. And I wanted to bring you all along. So I'm going to start this meal with some salted water that I'm going to boil so we can make some pasta. We'll use jumbo shells, 4 cheeses. We'll use ricotta cheese, some medium cheddar cheese, some spicy gouda cheese, which is smoked, and some mozzarella cheese. We'll have an egg in there to get it all nice and combined. And I'm going to use some of my sauce that I canned myself. Of course, you can use any spaghetti sauce that you prefer. And since my water is boiling, let's go ahead and put our shells in. I'm going to make enough shells for each of us to have about 4 or 5 per serving. Now I'm going to cover these and let them cook for about 6 to 7 minutes or per the package instructions. While my shells are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start with the sauce because you know we got to have some sauce. I'm going to start with a couple of glugs of olive oil, which will equal about 2 tablespoons, and then I'll add some garlic that I have chopped. Now, I buy the big bag of garlic over in Sam's Club because we like a lot of garlic here. But if you want to save money by buying that garlic, the big bag of garlic, because it is a little bit cheaper to buy the big bag than the little bag and then have to rebuy it. But anyway, you can use your food processor like I've done here. I've chopped it up. I put it in some ice cube trays and I froze it. And so I'll just pull out a little cube of garlic when I need to. So here I am stirring my tomato sauce. This is spaghetti sauce that I pulled together from some beautiful tomatoes that a friend of ours gave us. And it tastes wonderful. You know, I had to taste it to see what was going on with it, but it tastes good. And we're going to go ahead and start our sauce. I'm over in my utensil bin picking out the right utensil so that I can go ahead and brown my garlic or let that garlic season the oil. And as I stir it around, it's going to season that oil, and then I'll pour in the sauce and get that sauce after I've put a little bit of Italian seasoning and my garlic salt in. We'll add the sauce and let that simmer while I pull together the cheeses. Now the pasta is done. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off and let that sit in the water for a minute while I get the cheese mixture together. I think I've told you all before that I prefer to shred my own cheese because of that coating that's on the pre-shredded cheese. I am not against the pre-shredded cheese, but if I have a choice, I would rather, and I have the time, I would rather get a block of cheese and shred it fresh so that I can have it. Now, just like with the garlic, you can use that good old food processor and shred this whole 2-pound block of cheese and freeze the rest. Use what you need and freeze the rest. And that way you can have freshly shredded cheese on hand all the time without that powdery mildew stuff on it that will cause you. Did I say powdery mildew? Lord have mercy. That's not what I meant. That powdery stuff, I don't know what it is, but the powder that they put on it to preserve it that makes it not melt as well. This way your cheese will melt well. Anyway, I've overstepped my boundaries talking. Let's shred the cheese. Now, because I know you've seen people shred cheese before, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up so that you won't have to watch me shred cheese for 15 minutes. Now that the mozzarella cheese is shredded, we're going to set him aside and get a smaller bowl for the mild cheddar cheese. I'm not going to use as much cheddar cheese as I am mozzarella because we like a good cheese pool around here. So I'm only going to use a little piece of the cheddar cheese. Okay, cheddar cheese is done. Set that aside and let's go to the gouda cheese. Now this cheese has a little bit of heat because it has those peppers. It has some red peppers included in the cheese, and it is smoked Gouda. I like a good smoked Gouda. What is your favorite cheese? Answer that down in the description box, and we'll see if we can come up with a recipe using that favorite cheese, or if I already have one that I can share with you on this channel. Now these are 3 of the cheeses that we'll be using. The other cheese is ricotta. And we'll get that mixed up so that we can stuff our shells with the cheese mixture. It's a little dark in here. I'm going to turn the light on. So there you go. It's a little bit brighter. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix our ricotta cheese with our egg, and I'm going to add the other cheeses, some of the other cheeses. and I'm going to reserve some back for sprinkling on the pasta. Now I'm going to add some garlic salt, but not much. I just want to flavor it a little bit, but I don't want a lot of salt because the cheese has salt. So I'm going to hold back on the garlic salt just a little bit and add my cheese. Now I added all the smoked gouda, and I'm going to mix this all together, and we'll get that put into our shells. Now I'm going to get a Ziploc bag, and I will put all of my cheese filling in the Ziploc bag. I'm going to cut one of the corners off the Ziploc bag and be able to squeeze the cheese into the prepared shells and get them all put in and ready to bake. So let's get that done. Oh, and I bought me a set of these bag holders for when you're freezing things, and they really do come in handy. And actually it helps Noah a little bit too, because Noah only has real use of one of his hands, and this actually helps him when he wants to load a sandwich or he wants to do some things independently. So I'll link these in the description box, so just in case you'd like to have one for your use or someone else's use in your home, these do really come in handy. These came 4 in a pack from Amazon, and I think they were really inexpensive. So I'm going to get my cheese loaded in, and then we'll get it loaded into the shells. Now my sauce is still simmering, my noodles are ready, and this is my setup for getting my pasta put into the pan. So here we go, last few. I've already stuffed them. Don't know what happened to the camera. I think it turned off on me. So I couldn't find that video, but this is the way the shells look going in. I had stuffed them to put them in the shell and then put them in a bowl and transferred them to my pan. In the pan, I had some sauce in the bottom, and now I'm just going to cover the shells in the sauce. Now that I've used all the sauce, let's go ahead and put the leftover shredded cheese on, And you see, I only have a little bit of the cheddar cheese because we prefer mozzarella for dishes like this anyway. And I'm going to get this fully coated with the mozzarella. And this is all ready to go into a 350-degree oven, and I'm going to bake that for 30 to 45 minutes. And here is the end result, and I'm going to serve a little plate so that you can see what one serving looks like. And we're going to enjoy this, y'all. And I hope that you give this recipe a try and you enjoy it with your family. And this meal took about 20 minutes to pull together. It takes no time at all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Here's a playlist and a video that may interest you until I upload the next video, which will be a pound cake. Y'all be blessed. Bye.